Okay, Sunday, September 14th. I'm on the KLR. I've actually been riding it a lot. I just haven't had any, really haven't had any good footage, so. Met a guy who went out to eat at this really good Greek place, and they have the best gyros. Oh gosh! And they have a nice seating area outside. So we're sitting outside, and this guy pulls in with a V-Strom 650, and he sat down across from us. I said, "Oh, I like your bike," and we started talking, and those are nice bikes, I will say. I never really paid much attention to them, but his was a 2009, and he got a killer deal on it, he was telling me. But it did, like, I would never have thought it was a 2000. It looked modern. It looked really nice. You know how, like, stuff from that era kind of looks, a lot of stuff like the Gen 2 and Gen 2 KLR and I think the Transalp from that era, they look really kind of strange. This looked, you know, like it really held up, styling. Anyway, you know, my kids love to talk to people, and so they're talking about how awesome the KLR is, and it's the best bike for off-road. And he was saying that he knows a lot of people with KLRs, and one of his friends has a couple KLR 250s, which are, you know, the old, they stopped making those, I think, in the 90s. Those are more dirt bike-ish, I think, maybe. I don't remember. But he was talking about how one of the groups in the area, riding groups in the area, so I guess there's a Merrimack Trail Riders, and there's a Newfound Trail Riders. But he was saying Newfound Trail Riders, or no, Merrimack Trail Riders, he's saying that there's, it's like, he said it's very heavy KLR. So it's like, huh, that's kind of cool. But I'm not, making like a couple friends and riding, that's alright, but I don't do groups in general. Not really my thing. I got the windshield all the way up today because, well, I'm going to explain something about these risers that I think people should know about. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I installed them. I am going to put it lower, because right now it's high. So I am going to put them on the low sitting. I honestly think really just factory probably has the best compromise. After riding the Transalp, the windshield on the Transalp is just a much better design. It's funny because it's like so tiny, but the way they designed it, it like channels air. And that's one of the big problems. So when you use the risers, I'm gonna show you. I'll park and I'll do a video here. I'll probably release that. I think it's important that people are aware of this, because if anyone has talked about it, it was probably in passing. So it wasn't really emphasized. But I think this needs to be emphasized, because there is a major drawback of using these risers. I'm just taking a quick ride to the pond. See how low it is. The drought has me concerned. Parts of New Hampshire are now in extreme drought. So yeah, I think I got to screw down this visor down. It's rattling a lot lately. KLR is so damn comfortable. It's like, it's just a joy to ride. Like, I love the Transalp. I gotta figure out how to make it more comfortable. I know the seat, but I'm a little annoyed by the seat, because the comfort seat only comes in black. I mean, the large reason I bought the Transalp was for that livery, and I think that's kind of lame that they don't make something to fit that color-wise. Because right now the white version, which I have, that has, you know, the red, white, and blue with the gold rims, that has a blue seat, and I want to keep a blue seat. So I'm a little annoyed by that, especially because this livery has been extremely popular throughout Europe for quite a while. This is the first year they released it in North America, but so how do they not have the bright color seat? I know it's a kind of a small detail, but it adds up, you know? I mean, black skid plate, I got black bark busters, and now I don't want to have a black seat, I want my blue seat. I want my blue seat! Anyway, gosh. Why is my helmet so rattly? I fear the day I have to pick a new helmet. I love these helmets. These are the, I have two of them, and I color coordinate them. These are the Scorpion XO AT950s. If you've missed me talking about them before. And I got a hell of a deal, because I bought the cold weather ones. I do, you know, because I have a snowmobile, and I want to get more into snowmobiling, so I figured, hey, I'll two birds with one stone, right? So I got the cold weather version. I got the cold weather version, which comes with the heated visor. Took the heated visors out, and I put these nice upgraded visors. One has got the silver mirror tint, and the other's got the gold mirror tint, and they look kick-ass. I mean, these look almost as cool as like the Climb. I said to my wife, these are like poor man Climb Creos or whatever they call them. But they look really cool. Like I wouldn't even consider any other helmet after these, aside from the Climb helmets, which I'm not gonna spend that amount of money on at this point, but maybe at some point, you know, when, for a birthday or Christmas or something. I'm sure they're fantastic. I mean, I've spent retarded amounts of money on all my other Climb gear, but I got them on discount. Yeah, I don't want to ever have to replace these, because they're just cool, and you can't really get them anymore, and the 960s suck from what I've read. It's like pretty much a downgrade. Like so much stuff now, right? You think going to the next level is going to be better, and it's almost never better. Even with, even with motorcycles, that's why, I always say the Transalp is the second best deal right now. First is the KLR. You can't beat this for the money. Transalp's a very close second. For a lot of people that maybe need to do interstate, it might be the best deal. I look for the gems, I look for those deals. And that's why I said I got to get a Transalp, because either it's going to shoot up in price or there's not going to be many left. A lot of stuff that's considered premium, you're paying for a lot of useless crap, in my opinion. It doesn't look bad at all, really. It's kind of hopeful. I was worried that this would look like some kind of plague lands over here. It's starting to get pretty low, though. That's pretty low. Wow. Hope we get some rain soon. There's going to be a lot of fish dying. It's the lowest I've ever seen it. I've been coming here for 5 years. Come on, rain. We're going to start doing a rain dance. Anyway. So what's the drawback of these risers? Well, so right now, the windshield's all the way up. Okay. If they're all the way down, if you got them down, look at what happens down at the bottom there. Whoop! All that wind is coming right up through there and hitting you, depending on your height. To me, it kind of gets right under my helmet. So that when you had the windshield, this factory windshield, part of how it works is it blocks the wind down there, because it's pretty much flush to that. So that's something to consider. I think it's a pretty important thing to consider, in fact. Might as well show off my Zeta XC Pro handguards while I'm at it. These things have been fantastic. You can see they've taken the weight of the bike quite handily. Something else to consider, so I don't remember what brand these, what do they call these, foot pegs? They were off Amazon, but there's a lot of other brands that have these sort of screw-in studs. These will tear up your boots, so I'm actually probably going to take all these studs out because you don't really need them. Sure, they grip well, but these will tear up your boots, your soles. It's something to consider. I got my Tusk crash bars. You can see they took a hit there. I've done a lot of crazy stuff on this bike. The Rhino Walk bags are good. They're rather thin, but they've served me well. I like the look of them. also. You can get these directly from Temu for a lot less. And of course the Tusk dry duffel. One thing, if you put it like this, just from rubbing against my back, right there. So keep that in mind. You want to keep an eye on that, because if I don't know, it's probably still waterproof there. It's barely worn, but I was surprised by that, because this is very heavy duty. Right there also, see that? But yeah, these were just some I think Chinese brand off of Amazon, but they've held up very well. I think I'm gonna take the studs out though, because I'll show you when I do a gear review. They're really digging into my soles. Again, I just love how tall this bike is. Like, no one's not seeing you when you're on a KLR. It's just a gigantic bike. So Teneres are tall, but they're very thin, more like a dirt bike. The KLR is just a beast. Just an absolute beast of a machine. So once, yeah, if this screen is all the way up, it really blocks the wind very good. But, you know, that might be something that these companies that make these risers might want to consider, an attachment, sort of a skirt, just to deflect the wind to the sides rather than right into your chin.